Hello and good afternoon everyone, Konstantin aka Mr. B back with another video. Long time no see. Actually I couldn't upload the last 3 to 4 weeks as I was on a couple of business trips. I went to South Africa, to Mexico in the second week, and in the third week I have had some business trips in Germany, so my apologies for that. But if life gives you lemon, you should add vodka and ice, and this is what I did. Actually, I used the time to check out in detail my latest purchase, the SEIKO Sarb035. So guys, let's get into a close-up and an in-depth review of the Sarb. Let's go! Before we actually start, 2 things I would like to point out. First, I'm going to be on the watch event on the upcoming weekend. Really look forward to see some great watches, some nice watch guys. And actually I hope I can present you some of these watches, or of the watches I'm going to see there. So stay tuned. I hope I maybe can upload already on Sunday some impressions of the watch event. Second, if you do like this video, my videos overall, my content and my channel, I of course would appreciate thumbs up. You would help me and my channel a lot. So thanks guys. Alright guys, you know the drill. Let's get the technical specification out of the way first. We do talk here about the Sarb SARB035. So it's a version with a cream dial, white dial, sort of. It does change actually the color depending how the sun hits it. The diameter of this piece is 38 millimeters. The height of the watch is very car friendly, 11.2 millimeters, and where we do have the side of the watch in front of the lens, you can as well see the beautiful marked crown with the SEIKO S. Lug to lug width is strap friendly, 20 millimeters, which is really great. Inside of the watch you will find a 6R50 movement with a power reserve of about 50 hours, which is more than sufficient. And the watch does have a water resistance of 100 meters. Alright guys, let's talk a little bit about the 6R50 movement. To me it's a pendant of the ETA 2824. In the first week the watch gained about 5 seconds a day, which is sufficient and okay so far. Strangely, in the second week it burns to -1 second a day. Anyways, the last 2 weeks the watch gained about 4 seconds a day, which is pretty good. Anyways, I do know that there are reports online where the watch and the deviations in terms of the accuracy were far higher and went up and down. So it's not as, I would say, stoic in different positions like the 2824 is. But right now I'm very satisfied how it performs, and overall I think it's a rock solid movement. Guys, let's talk a little bit about the dial of the Sarb, and this is really an interesting watch. First of all, the overall quality to me is stunning for this price point. I paid about 300 euros for a non-worn one. I think the guy had it in his collection for about 1 to 2 months, and he didn't wear it. He kept the stickers on it, so I bought it like new conditions, and about 300 euros is not a lot of money for that sort of watch. You can see you do have here nicely applied indices. SEIKO brand name is as well applied on the dial. You have the beautiful frame for the date. And really guys, for this price point, this watch has a lot of punch. The dial itself, it's gorgeous. Right now it appears to be sort of silverish white. It changed to cream white. Even sometimes when the sun hits it directly, I think I can see sort of a sunburst effect. One thing I would like to point out, and I think it's visible right now, the layout is a little bit different in terms of the color than the dial. Sometimes it's 1-to-1 the same, sometimes it isn't. I think the layout is fixed with the color, where the dial was treated differently, so depending how the lights hit it, appears a little bit different to the dial or to the layout. But yeah, overall very well done. I do like the automatic letters at 6 o'clock position, and it just is a very elegant watch. Guys, if we talk about the case, I was really stunned when I did see this watch the first time in real life. If you see the finish of this watch, this is really, really well done. On the one hand, you have here the flanks and the lux brushed, but as well polished. You do have here a chamfer and two polished surfaces, a screw-in case back, and yeah, the bezel is polished again. Overall, holding this watch in my hands and seeing the details, there is a lot to see, and this is not normal for this price point. As mentioned before, I paid about 300 euros, and yeah, the detail of the polish, of the different chamfers, of the brushed, or the combination of the brushed to the polished surfaces, the nicely marked crown. This is really, really well done, and I really appreciate this piece due to this different design clues and due to the really great details SEIKO puts into this case. So yeah, definitely a fan. Thumbs up. SEIKO. You know that I'm not a big fan or the biggest fan of the SEIKO bracelets. Actually, I can't complain a lot with this one. It's an oyster style bracelet, solid edge length, end links, really very well made. You do have polished flanks, chamfer, and the rest is totally brushed. It's very comfortable. It doesn't pull hairs at all, and it's solid made. And normally I do complain about the pins because I'm not a fan of sizing these bracelets, but as it is a Japanese market version, the bracelet isn't too big, so I just used the fine adjustment in the clasp. I didn't need to take one link out there, so I didn't bother to get angry about these, and yeah, it's really solid and well made. So overall a big plus. The clasp itself as well is very nice made. You do have the double pushers which hold the pin very well and secure in place. You do have some fine adjustment possibilities, actually just two, but which isn't too bad. To me, the watch is very comfortable. As mentioned before, I didn't need to take one link out. I just used the fine adjustment, and the watch is very, very comfortable on the wrist. The oyster style bracelet itself does fit the watch, the style of the watch. It is a little bit stiff, so to say. There are smoother bracelets, but still it's not a lack of comfort there, and it wears very well on my wrist. So yeah, well done. What I haven't mentioned before is that the Sarb actually does have a sapphire crystal. A sapphire crystal in a SEIKO. This is amazing, isn't it? And it's also it comes also with an anti-reflective coating. But yeah, right now you don't see anything. No, there is an anti-reflective coating, a light one. It's on the inside of the crystal, and it does work well. It adds a little bit glow to the watch depending how the light hits it, and yeah, it's very well made. It's a fun watch to have and to wear. I did wear different watches on my trips, and the Sarb is really comfortable. I mean, when you are 10.5 to 11 hours in a plane, you try to sleep. Once I brought my Breitling Avenger, and if you try to sleep and you don't have a lot of space in a plane, then the Avenger is sometimes a little bit uncomfortable or even heavy. And if you hit your head with a watch, the Avenger is a little bit more dangerous than the Sarb is. No, overall it is a very comfortable watch. 38mm never appear too small from my point of view, and I've got 18.5cm wrists. And yeah, due to the different polished and brushed surfaces, the chamfers, how the dial changes depending how the light does hit it, all adds to a very interesting watch. Normally you don't like, or normally the saying is steel watch, steel bracelet, white dial, it's boring. The Sarb isn't boring at all, and I think it's a really great addition to my collection, and I'm very fond of this piece. Did surprise me in many ways, I have to say, and I'm really happy that I added it to my collection. So, who should get a Sarb? Actually, everyone who is on the market for a sporty dress watch. And there are a lot of stress clues on this piece. Look at the Dauphine hands. This is a beautiful made needle second hand. You have a very great dial and a beautiful shaped case. It's strap friendly and the sapphire crystal is a big plus. I was thinking about before getting a Grand SEIKO one day. Right now, actually, the Sarb is enough SEIKO for me. I, of course, would not compare the Sarb directly with the Grand SEIKO because the finish of the case, of the movement, is on another level with the Grand SEIKO. But still, the Sarb actually satisfies all my needs. It's a beautiful piece, and especially if you are on the market for an alternative of the Aquaterra, maybe a Rolex Datejust, and you would not like to pay that money, look out for a Sarb. But be careful, because as far as I know, it's discontinued. So we do talk maybe here about a future classic. Do we? Alright guys, this concludes the review of my Sarb 035. I hope you did enjoy this one. What actually is your opinion of the Sarb? What are your experiences with this piece? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you have actually a bank holiday, national holiday today? If yes, I hope you do enjoy it and have another day off tomorrow. If not, have a good start into the upcoming weekend. I hope to see you in the next one. Say goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Euer Konstantin. Ciao guys, take care.